I am your host, Cinder Shadow. This is Cinder Shadow Gaming, and welcome to This Week in Magic. Well, this week, I gotta say the social media buzz around what they've deemed unacceptable for some characters and changes to what I don't get it. Honestly, I can't do this and say it with a straight face. Who the hell cares what their sexuality is? And enough of that. Anyway, other things that happened this week. We now have Historic being the forefront of what's going on in MTG Arena. They finally added their 20 cards that they wanted to add to the set for Historic play. Those 20 cards, anywhere from a Soul Warden to an Ornithopter, can be purchased currently for 3,400 gems. However, there is also going to be some ICRs, historic ICRs, so I don't know if they're going to be included in that as well. Another thing that was supposed to happen this week was the friends list. Well, it's been scaled back. The friends list, due to some technical errors, apparently with updating the timeline on it and updating it coming out, it's been delayed yet again. So we'll see a friends list in 2023. On top of that, there's the new cards, the anthology. There is an upcoming Pauper event for Historic, as well as a 10 life draft, which I think is a mistake, in all honesty. 10 life for a draft, that just means the quicker you deal damage, the faster it's going to go. Yeah, there's a few new bundles in the store that are just card styles. And they've taken away things that are no longer available when it comes to card styles. However, in most cases, the card styles, if you go into the deck building UI, you can still find a way to purchase these card styles. There's been a bunch of bug fixes, and I'll go over those first because they're probably the most wanting to know what they fix and what they're doing around Arena. I guess cards such as Outmuscle no longer adds indestructible to a venture side of creatures with Avengers. Kind of odd. Forever Young no longer treats the return cards as revealed after they're on the deck / drawn. So I guess you would put these back on your deck because you can sort them in any way you want. They technically shouldn't be a revealed zone. Casting Quasi-Duplicate on a Mirror Maid that has been turned into a creature with Dance of the Manse when the only enchantments for the copy were auras now functions as intended. So it makes Mirror Maid another copy of an enchantment. Exiling an adventure card using Thief of Sanity now shows the full card instead of just the creature side. Memory Theft shows appropriate messaging for which cards to choose. Abilities placed on the stack by tokens now display the correct card frame, and Nika Bolas Dragon God +1 ability now plays the correct visual effects. For gameplay, assigning stacked creatures to block 1 by 1 now has correct stacking priorities. Matching reconnections have been improved. Players should no longer see a black screen when reconnecting. That doesn't necessarily fix the dropped issues of games, though. You now view cards in exile when you have a browser open and you choose view battlefield. We've addressed the issue with sideboarding timer where the server side timer and client side timers could be out of sync. Sundering Stroke visual effects has been corrected. Visual effects that dim the battlefield now correctly clear if the card has triggered. The visual effects is destroyed as it enters the battlefield. And canceling a browser that plays a sound effects no longer results in audio loop, which I've seen that audio loop myself. Sometimes it happens when the cards are first landing on the field during the start of a match. You get this ongoing shuffling sound. Unknown issues. These overlays or issues that aren't fixed. Some overlays cannot be dismissed by clicking above the overlay. The incorrect text color is used in the store for historic bundles. Adventure cards may have incorrect text color when card styles are used. Full art lands are missing their border artwork while on the battlefield. Some areas of the deck editor may become improperly dimmed. Emblems may go partially off screen when moused over. And when an ability of a token creature by a spell is put onto the stack, the background of the CDC is now the color of the token. CDC, correct? Display creature? I'm not quite sure what they mean by that. Another thing that happened yesterday that was a technical issue that they're not addressing here. If you are trying to run historic or run standard decks and you happen to have the Mirage basic lands in your deck, they will not accept the deck currently. I know that's another issue they are trying to solve. There's something with the UI is not liking the Mirage decks. It comes back as the deck being invalid. So if you are using the Mirage basic lands, stop using those for arena based matches. Okay, for the historic stuff, there's a bundle. It's 3,400 gems. You get 4 copies of all 20 new to historic cards. Soul Warden, Distant Melody, Treasure Hunt, Tendrils of Corruption, Goblin Matreon, Kiln Fiend, Elvish Visionary, Mindstone, Ornithopter, Burning Tree Emissary, Kinsbale Cavalier, Hypnotic Spectre, Impervious Perfect, Cryptbreaker, Fena Shaman, Dark Steel Reactor, Captain Sisay, Phyrexian Arena, Hide Tissues, Second Right, and Sarah's Ascendant. The cost of that bundle, once again, is 3,400 gems. Now, that being said, there is the Historic Pauper event coming up. And it's saying that with 4 wins in the Pauper event, you get rewarded 600 gold. It's 100 gems or 500 gold to enter this event. You get 1 rare and mythic historic ICR. That's individual card rewards. And 2 uncommon historic individual card rewards. With a 5% chance to upgrade. So, those historic ICRs, I don't know if that means that they could be these new cards. I would assume that they would be in there, because why wouldn't you want to do that? I don't want to have to spend money or gems to actually pick up just 20 cards. These cards, to me, I'm not really going to play that much historic when it does come down to it. I'll probably play the events, but I'm not going to queue up unless it's against friends online. Like we've had in the last few stream sessions, we've done a bunch of player battles. Holiday promo card, which is interesting. I am thoroughly kind of unimpressed. I'm impressed but unimpressed. It's a silver bordered card. Great. It's a storybook card. But why wouldn't they make a showcase version of this card instead? So I'm kind of disappointed that they're not keeping that theme going along. They have all these storybook cards, but then they put out this holiday card that is missing an alternate art version of the card. Unless I haven't seen it, but it's not on the Wizards website, so it's quite interesting. So silver bordered, not usable for real play, but they've come out with these holiday cards every year now for the last few years. This is a 4 mana 3/3 human knight. He's got Present Arms for 3 mana, Sorcery Adventure Exchange your library with another deck you own from outside the game. Shuffle your library. Whenever Decorated Knight attacks, draw a card from your original deck if it's outside the game. So, neat. It's a Decorated Knight riding a unicorn. Cool. It's the holiday card. I don't typically try and collect these because a lot of times these are either handed out or I just don't have money to pick up these holiday cards. But it's kind of cool that it's there. So it's great. Have fun with the holiday card. There's also some specialty product that Wizards of the Coast is coming out with. The most they've done is show some videos on Twitch and on Twitter. It's about the Secret Lair. It sounds like it might be some subscription-based loot box sort of thing. Listening to some of the videos and some of the speculation out there. I think this is something to do with Ikeora that's coming out here after Theros myself. Secret Lair sounds like something of the behemoths. I don't know. I don't really care. It's going to be it's just another product to go towards our unending open wallets for this company as things continue to be brought out, and wallet fatigue is becoming a real thing. If you didn't already know, Theros is also carrying along the collector's boosters. Maybe this is a more stylized version of the collector's boosters or some specialty product along that sorts. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just some extra card styles or something like that, or card art, because that's what people eat up right now. We'll see what comes down from that. So thoughts, we did have the Oko banned earlier in the week, along with Once Upon a Time and Veil of Summer. Those were the big updates for the standard bans that happen. Wizards did come out and say standard bannings are most likely going to be a thing from now on as cards get made. And, I've always said cards should normally have to go through the standard cycle before they get to modern. And I think this is how they push the power level of these sets and of these cards, so they reach the level that they need in a modern environment and now Pioneer. You make these cards with a little bit of tweaked power that maybe is too much for standard, and it gets banned from standard, but then once it cycles out of standard, it's available for other formats. And if that's the case, then they're going back to the roots of how to bring cards to these other formats and not trying so much for the specialty products, but we are still seeing these extra products come here and there. Like Secret Lair is obviously another product, but we'll see where that really lies. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching This Week in Magic. If there's anything I missed this week, do talk about it down below. Otherwise, we're just going to continue going forward, same as normal. And you guys have yourselves a great weekend and a great F&M. We'll see you guys next week.